Okay friends, we're going to move on to the fun part now. More fun than all that repetitive stuff. We're going to start with our first slat. We're going to start rolling it. So you want to start at either end. Ideally you want the crease part to face up. So actually I'm going to flip that. And the crease is going to be to my left there. And you're going to kind of pinch that first part. You want to make sure that your slat stays nice and straight and nice and folded there. So this is the hardest part of this exercise or this activity because it really takes some finger dexterity, and you can kind of crunch it up at first and then roll it back out, start over. There might be some starting over here, just to give everyone some fair warning. This is kind of the toughest part. It's the most fun and the toughest. But yeah, we're gonna start rolling. And if you can probably hear I just made a little tear there. That's okay, because this thing is gonna be so compressed that you won't even see it by the end. So yeah, just kind of get it nice and rolled up. Just gonna keep on moving along here. Yeah, you can see my paper's getting just a little bit off there, so let's just make sure it's nice and straight and creased. Just kind of go up a little bit. Yeah, this is definitely the hardest part, and might take a couple of times to get it the way you like, but you know, that's all right. It's all one big experimentation, so no big deal. Okay, so can kind of crunch it up so it stays a little bit more round there. Okay, so we're at the end of our first slat. You kind of want to pinch it like that, hold it so it stays nice and compressed. Next we're going to get our tape. We're going to grab another one of our slats. See, this one, just roll it and it's coming undone a little bit, but that's all right. Just going to give it a nice crease. Okay, so it's pretty simple. We're just going to join this end with this one. Like I said, we want to keep, so the top of my crease is there, right? So we want to take the top of this crease, join it right there, and it can kind of fold over. This one got a little bit funny. This is kind of the hard part. We're going to take our tape, I like to put it kind of half of one end there, grab my other slat, get it nice and lined up, half of that one on that side. You can kind of hold it like that, and then tape around. We're literally just joining our two ends there. And then that seems like enough tape, but I'm just going to put a little bit more on. You don't need a whole lot of tape in this exercise. It doesn't require that much other material, which is a nice thing, but we're going to do that. Okay, and we're going to just keep on rolling up our center part here. So I'll try and get it so you can see it a little bit better. Yeah. If you need to go back, kind of pull it a little tighter. I like to kind of use a motion like that, have my left hand rolling and my right hand kind of keeping the slat nice and center. It's kind of finding that perfect balance. You want it to be nice and straight, but you also want it to be even. Up, it's coming apart. All right, that's all right. We're just going to start back over there. Get it a little bit more. It might actually be in everyone's best interest to do this a couple of times, you know, let it uncoil and then come back. Yeah, we want that to be nice and straight and flush there. So that's what kind of where we're at now. Kind of give it a nice squeeze around. Maybe go back and pull it forward a little bit more. And then we're really just going to be doing the same thing again. I'm going to go to my little slat collection here. Pop those guys off. Okay. 18 more. And there's different ways you can do this. You can, you know, you can make one long chain. You can join the slats together before starting your rolling. I like to do it this way, even though it's a little bit tough on the fingers, but you know, it's all personal preference. There is no wrong way to do this. So, and even if you make a little mistake along the way, it makes it, you know, gives it a little more character. No big deal. So yeah, we're gonna join those. Like to do the top meeting the top. Seems to get the best result. Okay, so yeah, it takes a little bit of moving it around here. Some of these aren't going to all be the exact same, you know, width, and that's okay because those parts will be on the bottom, so you won't really see any of that. Give it a little tape, a little more. Okay, I think that's good. Get it nice and lined up, and I'm gonna keep going. And the good part about this is you know, it does get a little bit easier as you go. Once your roll gets bigger, it all starts to kind of flow together, and I'm trying to maintain. See, I got it nice and flush around the top there. That's kind of what we're going for, is to make sure that because this will be the interior part of the bowl. We just want it to be nice and even, flush. Yeah. Keep on moving along here, kind of creasing as I go. Kind of making sure everything is nice and tight and straight. Okay, very cool. Got our next one there. And if you want to take a break, you know, you can let it unroll, unravel, and restart, or you can grab a little piece of tape, put it on your end there. Just kind of leave a little flag on the end, right? So that you can pop it back off. But yeah, we're going to take a little break. Just leave it like that. Come back to it later. All right. Okay, we're back from our break. Got my coil here. Just going to pop that little piece of tape off. Maybe we can use that one later. Might be nice. Just going to kind of go back and make sure it's all nice and tight. Remember, we're keeping our creased part on top, right? And our part that's folded, that part on the bottom. Okay. So let's just keep on moving here. one quick note. As we go through this process, we really want to make sure that we keep our pressure on here so that this doesn't come all unraveled like that. Oh man, that's okay. You know what? Pops off, you just keep on moving. Sometimes it takes a step back to take a step forward. But let's just keep on. Restart. Make sure everything's nice and even and flush and creased as we've been doing. We're just going to keep on going. Okay, so my roll came undone here, and I was right at the very end, but that's okay, because I'm just going to take it, start from the beginning, just get it nice and tightened up again, start from the beginning, rolling it up. If it rips a little bit on the paper, that's okay, you know, because it's all going to be rolled up nice and tight and it won't really matter. Just got to make sure that when you're rolling, your joints where your tape connects your slats, those can pop out a little bit, so you just, when you go over those joints, you just got to be a little extra careful. Just maintaining pressure so that it doesn't come undone again, but if it does, then it does, and that's okay. Okay, so we have reached this stage where we rolled our whole magazine roll all the way up, and we just got our little final end here. So we want to connect that end right onto the face of that last slat there. So just gonna get a little tape. We don't want it to overlap and go down on the sides here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put it right there towards flush, right there on that bottom edge. Whoops, popped off. That's okay, I'll pop it right back on. So what we're gonna wanna do is just get it all nice and ready there. I'm just gonna tape it straight down, just like that. And then that little teensy bit that's kind of overlapping right there, kind of see it. Just push that down in that little crevice right there. So then we have our completed circle. Okay, our completed circle is about, let's get out the old ruler here and take a little measurement. Let's see, it looks like it's just about 4 inches. So your bowl is going to be about 4 inches wide, and you can make a really big one if you want. It's quite a bit tougher, takes quite a bit longer, need a lot more of those slats. But hey, that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But for now, let's get our bowl. We are going to, basically, these slats are all going to push up. It's going to kind of pop up, I guess, be a better way to describe it. So this is going to be our base. So probably I would say about like that. All of that is going to be on the same plane. So we're going to push that down, not too far. We don't want it to pop out and get untangled again. But that's going to be our little base. You can see it from the side. So that part is going to be the bottom. And it's all going to be one size. Here, I'll give you another view. So I'm just kind of going along, popping the bowl, make it nice and even on all the sides there. Just going nice and slow. If you see a spot that's a little bit off, you can go back and adjust. It's pretty workable here. But so yeah, I'm just making sure it's all nice and looking nice and flat, but we're just going to keep on working our way up. And you can adapt this to where your bowl can look just about anything. It can be a little narrower on the bottom and kind of have a little part, or it can just be, flat all the way, or round all the way up. But we're just going to keep moving up, really being careful not to allow any of these slats to go too high in the event that it all comes undone, because this is a bad time for that to happen, even though if it does, it can always go back. It's not a lost cause, so no problem. But yeah, I'm just working my way up, so we're starting to look like that. Get it starting to look nice and even. All our slats are, about the same distance away from each other. That little bottom section is going to be a little bit different, but that's just so it can stand up nice and straight. So I think let's go around it one more time. Let's take a nice close up there. Yeah, they're all looking about on the same plane there. And you know what? Other than this little section right there, I think I'm ready to call it good. It looks like it's nice and symmetrical on the sides. Let's see if it stands up nice and straight. Yeah, I think this is how I want to finish it. So this will be a nice, like, I think I'm gonna put some soil in there and make it into a little flower pot. That'll look pretty nice. Okay, so that is the stage we are at right now. Okay, our next phase is going to be to put some adhesive on it. Primarily inside, we're going to line kind of the whole inside with adhesive. You can do the outside too. It's not necessary. Just keeps it so that it won't come undone. It'll keep it all nice and stuck together and won't allow it to come undone. So what I'm going to do is grab one of these magazine sheets that we didn't end up using, so I don't get any glue on my workstation here. Grab a paintbrush and my just white glue here. Just gonna pop the top off and just go right in to the glue container. I'm just gonna get a little bit on both sides. You're gonna end up using quite a bit, so don't be overly conservative with it. But now I'm just gonna go right here, just gently just apply the glue with a paintbrush. Or yeah, and like I said before, you can use a sponge, you can use a paper towel even, you could use pretty much anything. Just want to get a nice light layer going all around the interior. Yeah, you can just glob it on in there and then just, you know, do some, follow the shape of the bowl and just kind of make sure it gets nice and even. You don't want to see any you know, big white spots in there. It'll dry nice and invisible. Sorry, just focused here. Yeah, you won't be able to see any of the glue once you're done. It'll really look nice in there. So kind of going, I think kind of going in a circular motion works the best here. But yeah, just gonna keep on dipping in. Just kind of work your way up from the bottom. I really like to use these in my house for decoration. I usually hold like sometimes I hold like nails and screws and stuff, sometimes change, like loose change, but I think this one particularly is going to look really nice as a flower pot. So that is what I'm going to do with mine. They make great gifts. People really like these. You can see the amount of work it takes to make it, and it's a really nice, just unique piece that you can say you made by hand from scratch. Recycled materials. Not to mention that, you know, depending on the magazine you use, you can really get some beautiful colors in here. So this one, you know, green seems to be primary color going through it. But yeah, a lot of like fashion magazines and you know, lifestyle, home and garden ones. Those ones tend to have a lot of color in them, so I like those. National Geographics are a great one too. So I'm laying it on a little bit thick here, but you know, that's okay. It'll dry, like I said, nice and clear. It'll be looking good, I think. Yeah, just give it one more little run through around the whole tier, and I think I'm gonna call it good. And now we're gonna let that dry for, I don't know, maybe half an hour, a little more or less, and come back to it and I'll turn it into my flower pot. Okay, it's been about half an hour. I'm coming back to my bowl, take a look. It's looking nice and dry. I think the glue filled in all the spots in between the paper. So I think we're done here. It looks pretty good, still nice and even, no drips, no nothing. So I'm gonna use this bowl as a I think for my potted plant. So got some potting mix here. I'm gonna fill that potting mix. I'm starting my garden now, so I think I'll grab a seed or two from there and grow something. So, all right, that is rolled magazine bowls, everybody. Thank you so much for attending this class, and really appreciate it. Please give me some feedback. I'd love to hear how you're enjoying these classes. You can call me or send me an email. Love to get some feedback and hear what else folks would like to do. So anyway, thanks for joining me, friends, and be safe, be well, and we'll see you next time.